What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did have to make this quick video because it does turn out they actually finally nerfed Scene 4. I really do not understand why they honestly did this, but I do hate to say I kind of do at the same time. I mean, for one, a lot of players were grinding this out to make a bit more money quicker instead of doing all the regular events that pay around $10,000 to $15,000 on average, which is kind of a problem. And the funny thing is, I was actually jumping on to try it out, and I was like, wait a second. It does turn out, guys, it is legitimately nerfed. And the way I wanted to do this, though, was to jump into the event and do the exact same route that you would normally do in like a hypercar for around a minute and 20 or less. And it does turn out the second you actually get to the end of the event, it now just says checkpoint missed. So it is now officially going to be nerfed. Scene 4 is no longer farmable for XP and money, at least like it was before. To be honest, I have to say something about this. I think this was not a great move. Now, hear me out, though. I do understand you're obviously cutting the entire event. It probably wasn't what they wanted. And who knows, maybe they were working on this the entire time until Season 4 came out, and then boom, they actually fixed it. Or they actually could have left this in the game on purpose. That way players can go in and grind it out, make some money in XP, and then buy some cars they want. And here's what doesn't make a lot of sense to me, though. Like, I understand, guys, it obviously wasn't designed to be broken so you can't cut the entire event. But this was obviously making more players actually get on the game, grind money out, and buy vehicles, which is now going to be over. So, like, how are players now going to make money in a better way or also make money faster? That way they can buy different cars they actually want. I mean, let's be honest, guys, a lot of players probably don't want to make 10 grand per event. I mean, that's not going to do much. When a hypercar costs 2.5 million, bro, you are going to be here a while, my goodness. But I would say, though, doing this was obviously something they most likely had planned out to fix it, and now it is obviously not going to work unless they actually find a fix for it, because now it basically says checkpoint miss, so it wants you to spawn back, and then follow the actual photos toward the end of the event, and then boom, you actually get the 45k and then the XP and stuff. So I guess I kind of get it, but I also understand to the point of, well, a lot of players might look at this and go, you know what, man, I can't even grind money out. And they are most likely going to go, you know what, bro, I am not going to grind out the events. I don't feel like doing PvP to make some money. I am honestly done. This I could actually see happening, bro. Like, the money that you actually get from the events. I do know I have talked about this in other videos. And also, I'm actually going to go over why this is bad in another video coming up here, because we obviously need longer events and stuff like that. Stay tuned for that video. But I just feel like a lot of players are going to look at this and go, okay, so y'all did end up nerfing the event, but like, what about some of the bugs and stuff we're having in the game and stuff like that? Like, they patched some of the events so quick, even though Scene 4 was obviously out for a long time. But the other event in the Hollywood Action playlist was also nerfed insanely quick, because they obviously were like, okay, wait a second, you can obviously cut the entire event and make around $40,000 or $50,000 in legit around 50 seconds. That's probably an issue. And the funny thing about Season 4 being nerfed, guys, I have to say this. Yes, you obviously could cross the entire like race and most likely cut the entire thing, but it was still not the easiest thing to do. And funny thing is, also, most of the classes cannot even do Scene 4 because a lot of them were not quick enough, or you hit the littlest thing, you would most likely not be able to get to the next part of it without it kicking you all the way to the beginning. So obviously you pretty much had to grind this in a hypercar or something like an Alpha GP vehicle. It really is kind of odd to me, though, man. Like, it wasn't the easiest thing to actually do. So I was over here thinking that, hey, maybe they're not going to nerf it. Like, not everybody's grinding the entire event out 25-8, or like, you know, not everybody's on the event the entire time just grinding money on it. I feel like some players might go, you know what, bro, I need like an extra 2 mil. Let me go do this event, and then boom, they're obviously going to be ready to go to buy the car they want. And then they most likely go do other things. Like, why not have that option? And the last thing, guys, I have to say about this, I really do feel like this is most likely going to hurt the player base even more. And I do understand that, yeah, you can obviously, no, and I do understand that you probably could go do like different playlist events and stuff like that and also make money in that aspect. But I just feel like having something like Scene 4 in the game wasn't going to hurt it. In fact, I actually feel like it was most likely going to help it, and actually bring players into the game and most likely play it more to buy vehicles. And now I feel like in some ways it's most likely going to push some people away from it. Do let me know what you guys think about the Scene 4 event actually being nerfed. I do feel like a lot of players are most likely not going to like this decision, and honestly, it might actually hurt the game even more.